harder than it looks. At the tank engine shed, Saul was still sleeping, and when Dave woke up, he was surprised. He blew on his whistle. Beep beep! Saul, wake up! Then Saul woke up with a big yawn. Ah, what is it, Dave? I pulled the mill train all night, and I'm still tired. Then Dave said, Saul, you overslept. Josh is waiting at the big station for the express, and you're late. Saul woke up in a big flash and he ran away to the big station. Then when Saul rolled into the station, Josh was looking at him really cross. Then Josh said, Do you have any idea what time it is? You're very late, and I need to pull the express, and the express can't be late. Then Saul said, Well, sorry then for pulling the mill train all night long. Then Josh said, Well, the express pulling is a lot harder. You got the easy jobs. Jack was shunting in the yard and he heard everything, and he came over to give Josh a piece of his mind. Then Jack said, Hey, our small engines can do a lot of things. Our jobs are important too, you know, and it's really hard. Yeah, sure, said Josh. Saul went away to get Josh's coaches, but he wasn't happy at all. And Jack went to the tank engine shed because he was tired and really angry at Josh, and he puffed away as fast as he could. Jack had to pass the tender engine shed if he wanted to go to the tank engine shed, and there were John and Baron. They saw something was wrong with Jack, so they called him. Jack came over to tell them what happened. Then Jack told John and Baron what happened. Then Baron said, Josh is kinda right. The express is really heavy, you know. Then John said, Yeah, and tank engine work is kinda easy. Jack was super angry right now, and he ran away to the tank engine shed because he didn't want to be near any tender engines anymore. And finally Jack arrived at the tank engine shed. Jack told the engines what happened, and all the engines were crossed at the tender engines. Meanwhile, Saul finally collected the coaches for Josh, but he still wasn't happy. Then the controller arrived to speak to Saul and Josh. He said, Saul, Josh, everybody here is talking about that tender engines are better than tank engines and tank engines are better than tender engines. Well, I have an idea how to solve this problem. For today, you're gonna switch jobs. Then Saul said, I'm still tired, and I don't think I have the power to pull the express. Then Josh said, Sorry Saul, you have to pull the express then, and I have to pull the mail train. Saul just backed up into the coaches, really sad, and just puffed away. Saul was tired, so he couldn't really build up speed. And finally, after a long time, Saul finally arrived at the station. Then Mike came with some flatbeds for Saul. Then Mike said, Here you go, Saul. These are the flatbeds for you. Then Saul said, But I'm pulling the express, not any cargo. Then Mike said, This isn't cargo, these are all the things that belong to the passengers. Then Saul said, This is going to be a long day. And it was. It was already dark when Saul headed back to the tank engine shed. Meanwhile, Josh said, I better go to the dock stand to get the mail vans. Then Josh said, I don't like the dark. I hope it was day or light at least. And when Josh rolled into the docks, there was a huge light. He said, Light? How can there be light at night? It's so bright. The dock was very busy. There was smoke and light everywhere. Engines were working really hard, and the cranes were unloading and loading ships. "Good evening," said Just to the night crew. Then the night crew said, "Good evening." Just backed up into the mill vents. Just blew on his whistle, "Peep, peep," and he ran away with the mill vents. Meanwhile, the sad Saul couldn't sleep, so he went to look what Just was doing and if he was alright. But Just wasn't alright. Just was very sleepy, and he was closing and opening his eye really slowly. Then it happened. Just fell asleep, and he rolled along the tracks. And then it happened. Just went into a siding and crashed into a pile of dirt. Then Just woke up in a flash. He said, "Huh? Where am I? What happened?" Then he saw that he was stuck in the dirt. Saul saw what happened and wanted to go for help. Back at the sheds, Just said to Saul, "Saul, you're right. The mill isn't that easy as it looks." And Saul said, "Yeah, you're right. And the same with the express. The express was really heavy with that cargo." Then Just said, "I think we can all agree that it isn't that easy as it looks."